Hi, welcome to the lab portion for SCIE 1121L. There you go. The lab and the class are two totally different things. I try to have them go together, so the stuff you're covering in lab should be lining up mostly with what's getting covered in class. But they are two totally different courses, totally different assignments, totally different grades. So if you are enrolled in both, you need to make sure that you log in to both. You do assignments in both. Otherwise, it catches up with you. So, hi, I'm Linda Bernhardt. I am the instructor for this, and I am freezing. I do this in the quote unquote sunroom of my house, and it's in the 30s and there's snow behind me, and my heater apparently is not quite powerful enough to get here, and I've already made the video for the class, and I am flipping freezing and I'm ready to be done. Isn't that a great intro? Just so you know, that gives you an idea of who I am. So the quick thing about me is I am a neurospicy individual. I've got all kinds of flavors. I am on the autism spectrum. I am ADHD. I've got CPTSD. I've got anxiety. I had a song start running through my head. I have various sensory issues. I have auditory processing issues, blah, 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 blah. Got a load of them. So whenever I make my videos for you, it's going to be blah, 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 and I never stop moving, just so you know. Not as important in this course as the regular course because the lab, you're just doing labs. It's not quite as in-depth. Doing labs online can be a little difficult. I have a variety. Some you're going to love, some you're going to hate. And just know, no matter which lab you hate, somebody else in the course will tell me later that was their favorite lab. I try to have so many different kinds to reach out to each different style of person because some people are very hands-on, some are not. Some love the virtual thing, some people like the more in-person things. And so I do both. Um, I am updating some of the labs as we're going through. I would have had everything done already, but I had been told I started setting up two sections for the class and this lab, then was told I wasn't going to have the lab. Instead, I was going to teach a different course. So I stopped. And then I found out, no, the other stuff was now on hold and I'm back to having these. And so I didn't finish properly setting it up. So I'm going back through the different labs and I am adjusting them. So when you see things randomly changing, or I start posting announcements, or I make a change to the syllabus, this will be the reason. I have some stuff I'm thinking of taking out and replacing. I also have videos in place where I talk you through how to do most of the labs. These are old videos. I am working on redoing these as time permits. I highly suggest whenever there is a video for the lab, you watch the video for the lab because I literally walk you through it. And it's a lot easier than just trying to figure it out because some of them can be a little interesting. The other thing about doing labs online, they will open Sunday and they will close Friday at 10 p.m. Labs take time. It's not something you can typically do in 20 minutes. So I really highly recommend do not wait until Friday to even look. Get in the habit of opening it on Sunday or Monday to at least read what it is, and then start figuring it out what you need. Some of our labs will actually go through a few weeks, and you'll have stuff you have to do each week for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So reading and keeping up on it and not procrastinating is the best thing you can do for this. Now, I'm going to show you the syllabus. So this is what your lab should look like, your page. I mean, this is my version. Yours will be a tiny bit different, but not by much. It's going to say lab here, and this is the image. The reason I'm showing you the image is so if you are also in the class, you can use this banner to make sure you know which one you're actually looking at. Are you looking at your class or are you looking at your lab? And this is an image I took driving through Texas one time. I was excited when I saw all the wind turbines. So This welcome announcement, I know most people don't read. I wish they would, but most people don't. So I tried to put emphasis on the biggest parts, like you have to click on the file in order to access your assignments. So right here, if you do not open the week's file, you will not be able to access the assignments that are due. You must begin with that week's folder. That means here, week 1, and then this file, week 1. This file will talk you through. I tell you what's coming. I give you all the details. Here, I give you hyperlinks. There is information every single week in the week's file. That is why I have it done this way. I want you to read it. More often than not, the questions you are going to then ask me, I've probably already answered here. I'm telling you what we're doing. Because of this, I have everything locked down that if you do not open this file, you can't do the assignments. So yeah, do that. All right. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible because I'm freezing. Important papers and such. I have the Zoom office link. If you ever need to meet with me, I am in the Atlanta area. So, oh, look at that. That finished processing. Yay. Now I need to move it down as it's in the way. Come on. Close you and close you. There we go. Zoom office. If you need to meet with me, this is how I do it. I do it via Zoom. I communicate best with text or video. I do not do phone calls, no matter what. So please do not even ask. I will tell you, email me or let's set up a Zoom. And when we set up a Zoom, you have to be on camera. Those are how I communicate with people. Here's the syllabus. Bink. I swear I'm trying to finish quickly. My fingers are going numb. All right, here is the syllabus for the lab. If you're in the lecture course, it's all exactly the same thing. This is the email address that I would like you to communicate with me. You can send a message through Brightspace, but if you send it to this email, it comes straight to my phone and I will get it much faster. If you send it through Brightspace, you have to wait until I log into Brightspace. Brightspace does not alert me that you sent a message, not outside of Brightspace. So if you really want to contact me and you would like an answer sooner rather than later, email me at this email address. You also have this option for this phone number. Notice it says text. That means text. I use this for multiple jobs. I have 4 jobs. I use this for multiple jobs, multiple universities. So the very first time you text me here, if you choose to text me, I need you to tell me that you're with SGSC, that this is for the lab. I only have one section of lab, so just say lab, and then tell me your name. You do that the first time, we're good. And then, bam. You can email or text me anytime, day or night. You will not bother me. You will not wake me up. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, volume down, and silent. So it will not make a sound. I even have the notifications off, okay? You're not going to bother me. So any time of day or night. However, I don't sleep well. I might decide to reply to it at 5 a.m. I don't know. If you don't want me replying before a certain time, put that in your message. So then I know to wait, because I don't want to bother your sleep if you are lucky enough to sleep. Okay, there we go. This one, no required text at all for this thing. You will have to buy some stuff as it goes through, and I let you know that in the announcements and whatnot. So that's all just the legalese stuff I have to do. This is how it breaks down. I have I use a point system, which I'm going to cover in just a second. You will have a syllabus/course quiz that is worth 50 points. And your introduction discussion that is this week is worth 50 points. That means those first 2 assignments, you've already earned 100 points. So getting started is important. For 14 labs at 50 points apiece, that's 700 points. You are going to have a paper. Notice it's in quotes. It's not a paper like you think. I am finalizing this one because I used to have you guys do something very specific and I have altered it slightly this term. I plan to talk to you about that probably around week 3, same as what I'm doing for the regular class. And then you'll have a final exam. All of these add up to 1,000 points. And in just a second, I will tell you what all that means. Here is the agenda. These are not due dates. This is when the week is. So week 1 starts January 12th, ends on the 18th. Week 2 starts on the 19th. However, the 18th is a Saturday. Things typically are due Friday. The first week, however, I have open for 2 weeks. So everything's going to be due January 24th. So everything from week 1 and week 2 will be due by January 24th, 10 p.m. I give you an entire week to work on your paper, and then we have spring break. Notice here where it says start plants. This is one of those labs I was talking about that extends. You have to work on this for a while. I have an announcement set up that will tell you what you're needing to purchase. I'll tell you right now, go ahead and start looking for radish seeds. That's the biggest one that people might have issues finding. You can order it from Amazon. You can typically go to like Home Depot and their garden center. A lot of times they'll have them. But you're going to need radish seeds. So go ahead and get them because you're going to need like plastic cups, radish seeds, soil. Like you can use the Miracle Grow soil. If it's blue, that is not the soil. That is the food. Don't do that. You want soil, potting soil, dirt. I don't care. You need something you're going to plant the seeds in. And you're going to need little bottles, like plastic bottles. So if you drink bottled water or sodas, hold on to some of those plastic bottles and then you'll be ready. So that's mostly what you're going to need, and you'll need salt. We start them week 5. So spend the first couple of weeks gathering your stuff. Make sure to start your plants week 5, which is what I'm telling you to do. And the reason I'm spending all this energy while I'm freezing my butt off in here is because so many people ignore it until the last minute. They don't even plant their plants until a week before it's due. That's not enough time because a lot of you are not going to have them grow successfully the first time. And so I have you starting early enough for the failed attempts to then go back in. That's how science works. And so that is literally what we do. So you have to be ready. Okay. There's enough of that. Okay, grading system, point system. As you saw just a moment ago, everything you do gets points. When you earn points, they stay. They never go away. So you are watching yourself get closer and closer to the grade you want as you watch the points climbing up. As soon as you hit 700 points, you have a C. You will always have that C. That C will never go away until you hit 800 points, at which point you have a B. As soon as you hit 900 points, you have an A. You can choose to not do anything after that point, and you'll still have an A because you've already earned your 900 points. So this is part of why I like the point system. It's all on you. But let's point out this blatant makeup work. I don't do it. I don't take it. Do your job as a student and turn your stuff in. I will not reopen the assignment. The only times I have ever reopened the things are typically in the fall semester and hurricane season because, you know, you guys end up getting smashed and then people lose power and stuff. I understand that. When nature forces it all and you're without for a couple of weeks, yes, I will adjust. I will work with you. We're not in hurricane season. And typically, whatever storms come through, you might lose power for a day, but you normally aren't going to be losing it for an entire week. If you choose to not start your assignment until the last day and then you lose power, I will tell you, I am so sorry, but next time start sooner because you had 5 other days you could have been working on it. Highly recommend starting Sunday or Monday for each of your labs. The sooner you start, the sooner you finish. You don't have to worry about anything happening. Everything has to be turned in the proper location. You will be attaching a lot of documents to your assignments. When you do, there are only 3 formats allowed. That is .doc, .docx. Both of those are Microsoft Word, or PDF. Those are the only 3 formats I allow. If you attach anything other than those, you will receive a 0. It's in the syllabus, and I'm telling you right now, and I think I'll end up posting an announcement at some point about it. So if you choose not to read your syllabus and you choose not to read anything I post and you choose not to watch the video, not my problem. I swear to God, I'm trying to make sure you know this. Also, you are never allowed to just do a screenshot. Okay, please, I hate that. At least make it look like you're making an effort. Some people have issues with filling out the PDFs. Like I might have a document that's a PDF, and then you're like, how do I do this? Chat with me, we'll work it through. I can also tell you, you can always print it out and handwrite it. You can use an iPhone. I'm assuming Android does it too, but I'm a Mac girl. You can use an iPhone in Notes and hit scan, and it will scan the document for you. And then you can take those and put them into a single Word document. And if you need help with any of that, just ask me, send me a message, say, hey, I'm trying to do XYZ. I've never done it. Can you help me? And then I'll ask you if you want me to just write up something or if you want to meet on Zoom and we work it together. So there you go. All righty. We are almost done. This is a reminder. Everything's due Friday nights at 10 p.m. Friday nights, 10 p.m. Not 11:59, 10 p.m. Friday, 10 p.m. Don't have an attendance policy. Turn your stuff in, you get points. You don't turn stuff in, you get zeros. That's pretty much it. Plagiarism, don't do it. I'm going to ask you your thoughts. Just give me your thoughts. There's 0 reason to ever plagiarize anyone. Midterm grades in your grading thing under week 7. Well, not just under week 7. On your grading thing, there's a current grade that will be up to date. Every time I grade, that updates. So every single moment throughout this term, you should know exactly what your grade is. That's up to you to keep track of. Your midterm grade is based on everything up through week 7. And then there you go. AI, don't bother, especially in the labs. The labs, there's stuff you're doing and you're supposed to give me proof that you're doing them. And AI can't do that. So it's just a waste of time. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I am going to, let's see, should I look at one other thing here? Let's see, course home. I already told you about this announcement. I told you about that. I showed you important papers and such. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay, so stop share. I like to make new videos. A lot of the videos currently here are old. And like I said, I'm working on updating some of the labs. And so I will be updating videos as it's going along. If you come across an old video, you're never going to know. The weather might not match the time. I'm going to look different. A lot of stuff has happened. So run with it. I normally tell you that it's an old video, so you know. But I'm trying really hard to update everything. And so I'm going to be doing that throughout the course. So I guess that's pretty much it. If you have questions, shoot me a message, preferably email or text. And I look forward to seeing how this term goes. Keep warm. Peace out.